thing up there. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, appreciate that. Okay, we're back. We were doing a little bit of work yesterday on the attack ad. We're going to do just a little bit more today. If you're joining us today, I highly encourage that you leave comments or requests. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe someone has a better idea. Maybe someone has some ideas on the narrative. I think that's kind of where we left off last time, is we were struggling a little bit with how to get like a good narrative out there for this one. And I think so far I'm just trying to make him seem like an elitist. So anyway, yeah, cool. Grab your coffee. It's 8:30. Usually at 8:30 in the mornings I'll just have a coffee edit session where I'm working on some kind of new project or something like that. It might be client work. This is the ongoing sort of fun part of the channel, but today that's going to be the coffee one. So I put a little pumpkin spice and cinnamon in that thing this morning. So all right, let's get to it. Let's see what we got into the other day. I like the elements here. Obviously this voiceover is temp. We can't use that. It's terrible quality. And the audio itself is pretty abysmal. I mean, we got to come over here. As much as I love this little loud section, it needs to come down. The other thing we're going to have to do with this before we even get into our voiceover is we're going to have to EQ the mids out. Totally fine. We're on track number 5. Boom. I like to just go through these small things. But, if we're going to do like an attack ad, even if it's silly, on this channel at least, we're going to do some of the finer details. Because the finer details, if you're interested in video editing, this is where it comes in. This is where like the fat is cut out and the meat is left. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, why isn't this working? What's going on? Don't want that. I want you to be a parametric equalizer. Boop, there we go. Okay. So for the music, we're just going to kind of cut it out here a little bit. Let's see. I think that we want this to happen. Zhung, 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 zhung. Where's that zhung, 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 zhung coming from? It's right here. See if we can't crossfade that. Get ourselves to 60 seconds. And then usually if I'm going to end something like that, I'm going to kind of raise it up towards the end. And let's do a nice little Bezier here. Kind of pick it up real nice. Pink. Cool. Cut off the ad like right here. And then just like the smallest little fade out. Yeah, okay. All right. A couple of things I'm really enjoying about this so far. I think that the attack ad elements are coming through. We're going to need like a lot more when we start to kind of get through this one. But for now, I'm liking what we're doing. Oh, hold on. I'm going to get some more light. A little better. Okay. Just trying to take a look at what we're doing here. Okay. I might post about this real quick. I want to tell you. I love that film burn. Let's do a little something different with that film burn though. Let's add another film burn. One that kind of can transition us out of there. Feeling project. This is for a second one. I like that number one. That's pretty good. Both of them are good. Let's go 70. No, I already did 70. 35 millimeter. 16 millimeter. All of these definitely have like a vibe to them. 8 millimeter film. What does that look like? Definitely dumb. Alright, so let's come back over here. Is that 100%? So it's actually just... Yeah, that's just a little more full frame. And then what we'll do is with Roger's Angry, we're going to come to Lumetri, and we're going to basic correction. We're going to keyframe the saturation here. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'll just go like this. Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm gonna want to add some noise to this. Let's like put this contrast up. Yeah, that's nice. That's definitely nice. All right, there we go. Come on, now we're cooking with fire. Now we're doing it. Let's add a bunch of grain to it. Got a 35 millimeter grain pack. Yeah, I don't like that. It's hard to see. Overscan black. Minor artifacts. I'm sure that's actually kind of nice. Let's see. Can't really see much of it. Yeah, like these little dusts, they're gonna be good. I think we just need to. It might be like a Luma key that needs to happen. Let's check it out. All right, Shift 7, Luma key. It's a little too harsh for me. Shift 5. Let's see. Yeah, okay. You just have to take, so in this case with like a Luma key, take down the threshold. I mean, all a Luma key is doing is just making the black and alpha matte or transparent. And if you take down that threshold, you can end up with this. But now, okay, so if I'm trying to make him, I mean, this is an attack ad, right? So we want like a little bit of movement. We're going to scale him up. I don't mind that we're a little bit north of, well, let's make it more pronounced than that. It's a little much. 390. Okay. I don't know if this is like the best clip. It's a placeholder for now. I still like. As a matter of fact, actually, we're gonna nest these together, and then I'm going to push this forward just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I want those. I want little flashes in there. All right. We might keep this little track equalizer here. Looks cool on the thumbnail if you're like scrolling up and you're seeing what I'm doing. Might be a little interested. Oh, why is that streaming info wrong? I changed that. I know I did. Alright, hold on. Oh, wait, did I ever do that? Oh, you moron. Okay, sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to just do a couple things. But yes, okay, let's get back to it. I'm just making some small edits to this thing. All right, I'm feeling this. This is feeling good. I'm going to want to do something with that, make it a little bit nicer. Yeah. So far, I'm digging that. I think, again, we're going to need some serious voiceover. And I wonder if I should bump it to 45 seconds. I wanted to just do 30 seconds, a 30-second ad. I don't want to go crazy with these things. Okay, those are a little low. We're going to take those down. For gain, hit G. Minus, I want to go -7. They're just a little overpowering right now. Still a little overpowering, so we're going to go G -5. That's pretty low. These need to be like, you shouldn't be hearing them, you should be feeling them. Yeah, that's a little better. And I want like a better, let's see, what these Prisma effects, tinted, sweep, cancel, fuck off, Starburn, what are we doing here? What is this? Multicolor shine. No, I don't need that. I'm trying to make a 70s disco video. Light Lake Pass. G Sparkle. RGB Glide. It could work. Let's try something like that. Just do a Luma key after it too. Yeah. Yeah, so Control-7, Luma key, throw it in there. Oh. And then set to frame design. I don't love that. Don't love it. Still trying to do something here. Okay. I love this concept. A big part of it too is like, this isn't great. Like him doing that is only okay. And there's a few ways to fix this. The only thing that I don't want to do is I already did the TV and the TV thing here. So if I do it again here, it's a little overkill. And whatever I do here, I gotta do again. Oh, let's put like a film. Let's put him in a film reel. I mean, because all this stuff really, it's like I'm just looking at these old attack ads and they just use the most cheesiest techniques. And like coming into here, adding a bunch of like grain. I still need to do more. This is too clean of an image to exist in an attack ad. This is pretty good. You get like the little artifacts and like that little blur that's, or the burn that's coming in. I also am doing this kind of quick desat on him. No, what an evil person. Making $130,000 a year. If you're just joining, I'm, you know, I put this challenge to myself. I thought this was fun. And the big thing is like, how do you form a narrative around Mr. Rogers in the guise of an attack ad. And the only thing I could think of is that he went to an Ivy League and he made six figures. Other than that, he's like a pretty wholesome guy. So it's like, why not just label him an elitist? And then when we do the voiceover, the whole thing is going to be like, you're pretending to be, who's the real Mr. Rogers? Is it the guy living in your neighborhood? Or is he living in a neighborhood that you just don't understand and you're not invited to? That kind of thing, which is pretty dumb. But that's what we're doing. We're doing dumb things. Dumb things are fun things. Cool. I think I lost a viewer with my little rambling, my incoherent rambling. Whatever, that was coherent. It was plenty coherent. Also realizing that this is like not great. What does that say even? Just keep it nice, y'all. Let's take this out for now because it's distracting. And we're just going to keep that like that. I will eventually get a nicer camera and some nicer equipment, but all in due time. I'm not trying to make this like a super intense career for now. I'm just having fun. And anybody that wants to join, please join, you know? I am not a gamer, so I figured that that wasn't going to work. Nothing wrong with gaming. There's a few things wrong with gaming, actually. It's a big time suck. I can't sit here and pretend that I am better than you, when in reality I'm better than you. I want to see how this would work here. Let's bump up all this stuff. Maybe that. And if you're gonna do that, you can make it at like putting it on the center feels super intentional. And then like here. No, actually, I think I can do better. Plus, I already have like a little film thing here. What is that? Control Z. I like that mat. This, I think, is what can come up. Yeah. This over here. Yep. Now we're gonna do like a 3 burn. That could be cool. Yeah. And again, it's all about the blending here. So it's like you have to kind of take a look at this, envision it out, if that makes sense. You just go, okay, I can see where this might be good, might be successful. So let's luminosity here, and then bring the opacity down. Okay. Now I want to go back here. What'd she say? Anyone else just like really not like Tom Hanks anymore? I don't know what it is. Tom Hanks to me. Does he say genocide here? He's like genocide. No. There's one where he just says like genocide for no reason. Shut up, Charlie Rose. There certainly hasn't been another Charlie Rose. Not after Me Too. I thought I got a transcript of this actually, because I think he says let's see if he does it. Side. See, because it's like, what does it achieve? What does it accomplish? And then he says in here, just take it out of conflicts, like genocide, which would be outrageous and really funny. That's what I want to do here. It's like, I mean, we're lying. We're trying to paint this guy to be something really terrible. And oh, here it is. I think. I thought he said something terrible. But what does it hope to accomplish? And then, what is it? He says it here. So that's in our selects. I'm going to move this kind of near the back of this area. Command Shift V allows you to paste and shift to the right. It's kind of nice. Okay, let's get back, try to find another clip here. Okay, come on. The university, blah, 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 blah. All right, so again, I'm trying to get him to say, there's a really great quote by so Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, what does it achieve? What does it accomplish? I want him to say something totally out of context. So when we cut back to him, great gifted, blah, 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 blah. Stop being so wholesome. No, that's not it. Okay. Actually, this is pretty good right here. Shift 3. That's another good one where we could take something out of context. That's what we need to really sell this. Blukey. That's amazing. Hey, do you want to see what I've got so far? I'm so glad you reached out, buddy. I was getting really lonely here. I don't know who Ben Down is. Yo, was good. Plenty's good. Lots is good. Um, I'm doing both Kick and Twitch right now. So, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. Okay. So I don't have a voiceover for this yet, but the whole thing. Okay. So, and Ben's asking. So let me. It's kind of perfect. You both kind of showed up right when I wanted to kind of replay it for myself. Basically, this is an editing channel. I'm trying to show off some tips and tricks and show folks, how to get faster at the program. I've edited a few feature films at this point, some TV shows, a bunch of client work. So every once in a while I like to do something fun and challenging. So what's a bigger challenge than doing an attack ad on one of the nicest people that's ever been known? Ben, it's not too hard, man. I'm telling you, it's not too hard. You could start tomorrow. Actually, Blukey and I had a conversation last time I was on about what type of programs I use. You could download DaVinci Resolve tomorrow, get started, and you'd have a great time. So, but yes, it does kind of seem like, I think my screen looks pretty complicated right now, but once you get your bearings, it's not too terrible. But you have no time to learn. Well, you got time to watch me, so maybe you'll learn something. Hey, I'm too dumb. I got school and work. Yeah, this became my work, which is pretty cool. I'm really thankful for that. And I make enough now. No, download DaVinci Resolve today. I totally agree, Blukey. Yes, do it. It's free. Premiere is really cool. I grew up with Final Cut. Anyways, I don't want to delay too much longer. So, actually I was Blukey and I were brainstorming some ideas on this. And I took a look at a bunch of attack ads and try to gather some of their elements that they're using and put it into what we have so far. Again, don't have a voiceover for this. So, do you like TikTok or YouTube? YouTube. I'm too old for TikTok. I'm 34, which is a terrible thing to admit. Oh my god, there's no sound. I thought I fixed this. What's wrong with me? Oh no. Oh, that is so frustrating. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Why does this keep failing? This is really driving me nuts. Is it just have to restart it? Hold on. If anyone knows anything about this stuff. I guess I could just do it off of this. It's such a bummer. Can you hear that now? I'm still new to this, guys. So, sorry. You are 28 max. Okay.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
So many people have asked me, do you ever get mad? And of course I answer, well, yes.
Okay, that's where we're at so far. I'm going to switch over to this scene because I think the mic's a little better. And then I'm going to try to figure out why it's being shitty. I think we're just going to do display capture from here on out. Built-in Retina. That should do it. Come back over here. Okay, I think you can hear it now. All right, how's that? The random burst. Okay, all right. I wanted to break this one down. Oh man, I'm so glad you joined because I was like, a little frustrated that there was like nobody on when I was doing this part of it. See that bad boy? All right, we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna show you where I got this. This is from like a pack I bought. It was like $100 or something. You have a ton of film burns. And what you can do is this is the actual asset here. So it kind of burns in. And then all I do is I do an overlay blend and I drop the opacity down a little bit. So if I actually take that off, that's what you get. And I scaled it up like way too large, but it's fine. Boom. Thanks, man. I think it does. Is this how you make a living? Not with streaming. No. I do like a lot of client work. I'll get, random agencies get involved. I have to cut like commercials or whatever. But yeah, so it's like that's where I make all my money. This is just fun. I've actually had like a few interns at one of the post houses I work at. They'll shadow me, and I just talk to them while I edit, and it's how I do things. I'm not a silent person, so they were like, all of them really seem to enjoy my commentary or how I teach things, and I get really into stuff. But yes, this little film burn here, and then Blookie, I wanted to kind of show you this too, because this one here was a challenge, and I don't think it like hits the same when we were looking at all those ads, right? Like you see that there's like noise there, kind of works. Maybe it's that grain that I don't love. No, I love that filter. It's maybe this one. That actually kind of looks nicer if I just have that out. I don't know. This is a tough one. I still like the image. The image is fun. It's like, and what are we thinking so far about like the narrative here? The narrative being that this guy is an elitist. But the voiceover really needs to like send that home, and that's going to be the challenge, I think.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
But there's also some issues here that I don't love. You know what? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I can't believe I didn't think about this. I just need to put a mat on it. Oh man, let's see. Or I could just blow it up and put a mat on it. We've got these 4x3 dirties. I've already used one of those, so I don't want to use the same mat. What's the sprocket hole? That's not bad. Ooh, coming up with solutions. It's my favorite thing. And then what we have to do, if it doesn't show up, you just got to set the frame size. Okay, and then, oh my god, I'm going to have so many freaking video tracks on this one. It's going to be nuts. No, I totally agree. I think it's like right now my head is in the visuals. Like I want to get it, like even like there's still some problematic issues. Like this right here isn't, I think the black and white's funny. I think him being like really just himself while we have like these like really crazy text on it, but those visuals need to pop. And I think like I was experimenting with some ideas where, and then also I'll say this too, just when we get to the point of voiceover, I'm actually going to put an ADR list together. And I don't know if you guys know anything about ADR. It's just generally like a voiceover artist will come in. I'll actually have the text below, so that we could time it correctly and then live read it, and then I might send it to a voiceover artist and see what they can do with it. Like really bring this to the next level just for fun. But because my thought was like coming in here and be like, let's talk about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Where is he from? You know, and then at the end, I want something to be like, you know, he was in his fancy neighborhood while we were in the streets, and then boom, Big Bird shows up. This ad has been paid for by Big Bird from Sesame Street. So we'll figure it out. We will certainly figure it out. But yes, you're right. I think that the voiceover is really going to tie it together. Right now, I'm really thinking about these visuals. And what was I doing again? Gosh, I tend to talk myself into a loop. Okay, here we go. Here's what I wanted to try out. That I actually like the motion of that over this sprocket hole. And then a lot of this stuff needs to be set to frame size. Okay. I like that. That looks kind of funny. Shift 5. Lower the opacity just a little bit. Let's do. How's luminosity gonna work for us? little bit better. Okay. I just need to justify this framing a little bit, and actually still may need to boost him up. So let's do that. Let's bring him up just a bit. Okay, shift 5. Well, we're already there. Copy. Yeah, I think I could live with that. I mean, it's like he's blown up huge here. And actually, sorry, let me make this a little bit easier for people to see, because I know that it's going to be on a smaller screen for you guys. For me, it's like I'm just get a really wonderful screen here. Nice. Yes. Oh, Blukey, you're like my favorite person right now. It's like when you notice this kind of stuff. Look at this. These are those little boom. The visual needs to be better. Like, this is so washed out, and this is so high contrast. Like, God, hold on. Let me actually just. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Take you down. OBS does this weird thing. Whenever I have OBS down, it like really messes with my curves. Oh, I think we lost Ben down. Oh, hey, J&E. Yeah, if I were to color grade this in DaVinci, I guess I could do it. It's a whole process. I have to shoot out in XML. Yeah, but we could. I mean, you know, I'll do that for another project, because I have to be a lot more organized when I'm doing these edits, and I'm being kind of a dummy here. Oh yeah, color grading. Color grading. You know, I have realized in the last 4 years that I used to think, and even though you would ask me 4 years ago, and I'd say like, oh, it's an art. But 4 years ago, I really did see it as a correction, and now I've got to know colorists, and oh my gosh, they like a really good professional colorist can do some amazing things, and bring like a feeling out. And also, I know this sounds really random, but just to give you an example, a movie just came out called Civil War, and there's some color grading on there during these really intense PTSD scenes that it's called a chromatic aberration. And let's see if I can actually show you. Actually, that might work here. Ooh, I didn't even consider that. That's hilarious. Okay. Color do I have aberration here? Chromatic aberration. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, dude. Okay, yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Here's a cool, fun thing to do. Point of interest. Let's do. I think that's a little intense, but that looks great. Are you kidding? Yeah. And actually, I think that'll work. That might solve me a big problem here, because this is so detailed, and then when I mix it with this footage, it's really, really. I have a friend that is a colorist, and his work is so satisfying to watch. Oh my gosh, if they stream, let's see if we can't collaborate on something. That'd be kind of fun. Like if I cut, I mean, I think I want to be done with this in like 3 more sessions, truthfully, before we move on to some other sort of silly thing that we'll do. But like, you know, oh my God, that's great. Let's bring the aberration down to like 3. Yes. Oh my God, this is funny. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought there. But yeah, if these streams are, if he wants to collaborate, that could be fun, because it's also like most of what this is, like I'd say like, you know, your sort of mid-level editing is being able to put together a project, and I'd say like get the audio and get the color to a degree that's presentable, right? The higher level editing are the ones that go, I'm an editor. This is what I do. I will put together the narrative, the feel, the flow, the structure, and then, God damn, that looks great. Oh my God. The feel, the flow, the structure of it, and then there's this skill. It's a weird skill to be able to send this off to an audio mixer or a colorist or a VFX artist. Everything has to be kind of organized in a proper way. And that, if your friend is a colorist and he wants to do that, he's not, but he's super good at what he does. Okay, yeah. I mean, maybe we could send a project to him, and then I don't know. Who knows? We'll keep talking about that because I think it's a cool idea. It's also something that people don't think about when you're thinking about editing. You don't think about there's a handoff between the edit and the colorist, the edit and the audio mixers, the editor and the VFX artist, and then there's another position even outside of that called an online editor where they actually take those pieces and put them together back again. It's pretty complex. It's actually not. I just explained it. If I can explain it in 10 seconds, it's not that complex. That's the honest truth of it. Oh, J-Uni sent me a duck. Thank you, J-Uni. Okay, alright. Okay, what are we doing? This looks pretty good. Okay, so also the other thing is, though, I do think this looks dark. Or this looks too light. You know, like... Let's darken this up somehow. Maybe we can desat it. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Electric color. Basic. Creative. Intensity. We also had some cool stuff here. But I already used that. So I want to do something different. Try that. Drop this opacity down. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely liking this a little more. Not sure why I'm singing that song. I like that. I still want to desat the rest of them though. And then probably one little technique too that I noticed that they were doing is like these like kind of smash cuts. So let's actually just pop this in at 100. Nope, come on, 100. Yeah. What's this one at? 79. Okay. Yeah. These nice little cute little smash cuts. Let's bring down the sat. Yeah, I just want to show like a. By the way, curious, since you have After Effects, what do you usually use it for? Good question. I use it for like. Let me show you. This I did in Premiere, and it's a pretty simple thing to do. Basically, I took this, and if I can, I throw an opacity mask on it, cut it out, and then I throw, the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood underneath it. Now, this is like the simplest way to do this. However, if the image starts to move or I want to just get a little fancier with it, I'll bring it into After Effects, and I can actually track the image, put it on top of what I want. And then if there's any movement or if there's like a particular angle that I need to do, I mean, I can actually show you something here. I'll pop it open. But I mean, there's stuff like that. There's some like composition stuff. If I really want to go crazy with some like motion graphics, I will. On the base level, I could use like a Mogurt within Premiere. That'll work just fine. But if I want to go even crazier, then I'll use After Effects for that. For this project, I mean, I could get fancy here, and I might still, because this clip, this guy here, I did a freeze frame. So we're revealing project, you'll see it here. I just did a freeze frame of the actual element. What I would like to do at some point, because this does move, is actually add Mr. Rogers in there and track it along with it. So you'll notice I tend to speak way too over-explain when people ask me a question. But no, basically it's any kind of simple motion graphic I'll use in Premiere. If it needs to be complex, I'll use it in After Effects. If I want to do any tracking or compositing, then I'll use After Effects. It's also just like a really cool program if you want to do like a sort of like a collage animation. A lot of animation stuff works in there. So it's a huge program. It does so much, and I always find something new to do in it. Like there's some new technique. I was explaining to an intern a few months ago how I spent probably a month, this was like 10 years ago, learning, what the hell was that? 2.5D animation. Let's see if I can actually move it to, 2.5D animation. Let me show you. This stuff was like, oh no. Yeah. You see that kind of thing? This happens in like old or documentaries that try to show off something old, but like you have like you have one image, you cut it out. Yeah, they're doing this in Premiere. Okay. It's a little lazy. It's so lazy that I wouldn't do a tutorial on this. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm not finding a good enough video for it, but you know, it is fun. Yeah, 2.5D animation. It's just cool. The coolest is when you can add like a puppet effect to like an old timey photograph to actually give it motion. God, I remember learning that in like 2010, and like people's minds were blown. It was like, oh my gosh, Abraham Lincoln's head would like swivel, and it's like, how did you do that? So, yeah, just cool stuff most of the time. All right, let's see.
It's a beautiful day in the snow.
I forgot what I was working on. I get so distracted. So, kind of honest thoughts. What do you think about this? Like, I've added a few new effects here. Is that working? Is this bridging all right?
So many people have asked me, do you ever...
I want to replace this, so I think when you were joining, this is what I want to replace it with.
What does it mean to be on the air with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? What's the legacy for you?
So it might just be, what's the legacy for you?
Rogers'
Like, what's the legacy for you?
What's the legacy?
I want to take something out of context that he said in this interview. And it's really difficult because he's like, it's like every answer he said is just super nice and wholesome and tight. And it's like, God, dude, have an edge.
What does it mean to be on the air with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? What's the legacy for you?
I've always hoped that we'd be able to say to children that they matter, that they count.
I agree on
There
that
was something of
desaturated
value that
footage.
resides within them. You know, I have a little plaque beside my chair upstairs in the office that says, "What is essential is invisible to the eye." That may sound like something strange for somebody who works in television, but the older I get, the more important I know that is. Why is it important? Because what we see is rarely what is essential. What's behind your face is what's essential.
How many kids do you think are out there who in 30 years you've influenced and whom you've made a difference in, made them feel something special?
I I don't care how many, even if it's just one. We get so wrapped up in numbers in our society. And the most important thing is that we're able to be one-to-one. You and
This
I,
is the
with each other
boring
at the moment.
part
If
when
we
you're
can be
listening to
present
interviews.
to the moment with the person that we happen to be with at the moment, that's what's important.
I couldn't agree more. Let me go back to it, because all of us know of Fred Rogers at the neighborhood. You talked about what's essential is what you can't see. What can't we see about you that's essential to you, to understanding you?
Well, you can't see my spiritual life unless you ask me about it. You don't see my family life unless you ask me about it. I mean, it seems to me, Charlie, that the things that are center stage are rarely the things that are the most important. It's usually what happens over in the wings.
What have you learned from the kids?
That's actually a bad edit. They're very creative, but yeah.
What have you learned from the kids?
Practically everything.
Like what?
How to know that it's all right to say what comes to your mind right away. I mean,
Before the protective mechanisms take hold of you.
yeah. I mean, Jesus
You guys heard it there.
Said to the people around
him, please let the little children come up here. I want to learn from them. He may not have said those words, but I think that's what he meant. I want to be involved with these innocent people who make up the kingdom of heaven.
You seem to be the calmest person I know. Soft-spoken. You have a quality that is reassuring. I mean, is that the way your entire being is? At the center of Fred, there is this stability, the sense of self, the sense of mission, the sense of calmness, because you know who you are. You know, you're sure about the connection to your God.
I get up every morning at least by 5. And a couple hours of quiet time, reflect about what it is that is important.
Before you get on the business of the day.
Before I go swimming. And then the business of the day. But what do you think we can do, those of us who are purveyors of this television medium? What can we do to encourage people to have more quiet in their lives?
Man, I just really I actually did like a transcript of this. And actually let's try this, hate. Does he say hate? Okay, here we go.
love that conquers hate,
Yeah, but he does it in a different interview.
peace that rises triumphant over war,
Damn it.
and justice that proves more powerful than greed.
Boo. Hate. Let's go anger. Man, this guy doesn't say anything wrong ever. What about death? I know, he's too old. It's like
Oh dear. Well,
this one was tough because she's also I was hoping that she would just say my husband was not an angel, and she doesn't say it. So I listened to the whole thing 3 times. I was like, come on. Super annoying. He is too wholesome. And we might be okay. I mean, I might go through this and just realize that that we're not going to catch him. He's super tough, and we could stick to these visuals with a voiceover. And Blukia, you weren't here last time, but I did this research on his financials, and he's he only made $130,000 a year from PBS, and all I could think of is just paint him as an elitist. That's all I've got on. It's the only dirt I could find. I mean, come on, man. So true. Oh, all right, let's get back to this interview. Go back to Selects. Sorry if this is super boring, guys.
To more silence. Real revelation comes through silence.
I'm certainly not as centered as you are. And I can only look at you with a certain amount of envy and also admonishment too, because there is something to be admired about the kind of life that you have lived. Mine is more frenetic, and I'm much more about gulping in as much of it as I can find. I want to see everything, do everything, feel everything. I mean, I'm a hopeless case.
You're an enthusiastic man. And that's why people like to be. I mean, I talked with somebody the other day who said, I am addicted to Charlie Rose.
Hold on.
Big man. And that's why people like to be I talked with somebody the other day who said, I am addicted to Charlie Rose.
That's so good out of context. That's hilarious out of context. I'm addicted to Charlie Rose. Okay, try.
Bless them.
Yeah.
Did,
But
what did you say? Did you say?
I said I know him, and he's one of the easiest people to talk with.
Did
in
you
the
say
world. I did say that. But what's essential about you?
I sense. I mean, I think. I see what he's doing to me. He's turning this around, isn't he?
What's essential about me is some sense of making a difference and having a satisfying life that is not only one that has some sense of value and integrity at its core, but also has some sense of connection to a larger world that makes a difference, so that you can, at the end of the day, hopefully, have made the difference in your life and in somebody else's life, either because you touch them with a story, or you touch them because you recognize their sense of excellence and their sense of quality. So, if you can do that in a small way, and the wonderful thing about you and I, we have the opportunity, in a sense, a window.
All right, my brain is fried today, so we've been doing this for an hour. Pretty good. I'm gonna hit O there, mark my spot, and then we've got a couple good ideas coming here. Got through some of this stuff. I think next time what I want to do is I want to get this just one quote, even if it's like an interview and an out of context answer, and then we'll work on like Big Bird. This was sponsored by Big Bird. And then we could start jumping into the voiceover. And so I might be doing some of the ADR up here. If anyone has ideas on that voiceover, shoot it my way. That's the most challenging aspect of this. Is like the visuals are working. We're doing a pretty decent job with them. And then, we'll get there. I got full faith we're going to do it. I've been trying to end like this because it's kind of cool. It's like, this is how I'll end the streams, is with my dumb face saying thank you guys for tuning in. Huge thanks to Blukey again for coming in. It's always a pleasure to have you, man. We had one new person. It was like Ben Down. Oh, that's funny. Ben Down. It's cute. And then of course my girlfriend showed up on the stream. So thanks, guys. Blukey, have a good day. Everyone else have a good day. And I'll see you soon. All right. We will need to find more dirt on Mr. Rogers. You're absolutely right. So, counting on y'all.